Good morning, this is Robin Bieber on Chart Talk on the 22nd of April at 7 o'clock in the morning London time. The chart in front of us is May RBOB and more of that in a minute. The market is locked in a relentless and vicious and unprecedented downtrend, unprecedented in the scale of the losses, speed of the losses and depth of the losses. There are targets lower. These are being hit as we speak overnight, and moves below these targets, more of those in a minute, would create the next leg lower, which is likely to take us down to single digits in the crudes, a return in WTI's case to these levels. The legacy of May WTI is going to last for a long time, and one should be very, very careful. The bull-bear pivots, which are the 50% correction points of yesterday's action, are above the market and should be used as pivots for a recovery higher to try and narrow the 5-day gaps, which are massive. We will get the odd elastic band effect. We're stretched at the moment to the downside. There are going to be nasty corrections, which I suspect will run into significant trouble south of the bull-bear pivots. But anyway, allow the ebb and flow of the market. 5-day gaps are massive. Now, the reason I put May RBOB up here is because this level here, the 23rd of March low at 46.05, is critical to it. It is the only technical handhold in the market that isn't a couple of decades old, which is important. So in other words, it's going back to sniff the low of 46.05. That is last ditch support, both for it and the rest of the contracts. If it ploughs through 46.05 to the south side, this market continues to be toast and is likely to head considerably lower. So watch 46.05 on May RBOB. It's got a target to 47.58, which is the previous low here, which you can't really see. We're pretty much getting down to there. We've hit 47.62. In fact, we've hit that target. And moving below there would have it eyeing up 46.05. Now, moving on to the crudes. Just watch 46.05 very carefully. It could be a pivotal turning point, albeit a brief temporary one. WTI looks like a dog's dinner. It's got a target to 10.35.30 area. It's already hit that with a low at 10.26. And were it to move and close below 9.75, the previous all-time low for crude, then it's really looking for more moves south into single digits, with the first port of call being $6.50. In other words, the outlook isn't great. The bull-bear pivot is up here at 14.54, and only a move over that would suggest trying to further narrow the 5-day gap, and rallies are still regarded as selling opportunities. Brent has a target to 16.65, which it's hit. Its next target is 14.53. It looks to me like it's on its way to the 10.63, 9.55 area, which really are dusty old supports from days gone by. Nevertheless, that's what it's eyeing up. Its bull-bear pivot isn't till 22.01, so there's plenty of room for it to try to recover, but I suspect these recoveries are going to be muted effects and we're heading south. Heat also falling apart. Its target is to 69.38, which it has hit. It's through there. Its next target is to 66.90. However, were it to move and close below 66.90, it would cement the view that we're going back down to the all-time low at 49.30, i.e. there's a lot of meat on the bone for the bears. The bull-bear pivot comes in at around 81.35, and the 5-day moving average around 84.35. Rallies up anywhere near to those zones will probably be seen by most participants as selling opportunities. May gas oil. Doesn't matter whether you look at first line continuation or May, they're doing the same thing. Either chart does. Has got a target to 195.75. We're below there now. The next target is an old gap at 190.75, and below there, and we're probably heading off to 155. The message is pretty simple. The outlook is bearish. Watch RBOB at 46.05 to open the door to the next lump of selling, which will come in if it goes below there, which will take the contracts further south. There's going to be the odd spike. It's likely that most participants will see any upside spike as a selling opportunity, and we're eyeing up single-digit numbers again on WTI, which is a bit of a shoe-in, and on Brent as well. Now, if we just have a look at structure. Here, the red deck WTI has hit its target to 563. The implications of closing below 563 are another $3 a barrel south. So let's say down to -8. Again, 5-day gap massive. There's going to be spikes, but that'll get sold into. Brent has hit its target last night at -589. And it too, on a move and close below 589, which frankly looks likely, would be eyeing up the -8 level for the next target on the deck red deck. So -8 on the 2 deck red decks. And the 60-minute chart on Brent, not surprisingly, is showing itself to be a little bit overcooked. There's going to be spiky rallies. There's no more need to be said than that, really. And on RBOB, the 60-minute chart, again, overcooked. You're going to get the odd spiky rally, but note how this is not that overcooked. So I'm expecting to see further downside. Watch the pivot at 46.05. It's not very far away on RBOB, and it looks to me as if the bulls are vacating the stage, leaving room for the bears to run riot, and seek out lower numbers. That's all for today, folks. Good luck, good trading, bon appetit.